Indexing. There is a common myth in SEO that a link which has not been indexed, that is, a link which doesn't appear in the actual search results of Google, has no value. That is not correct. The correct assumption is that a link which has not been spidered by Google has no value, because if it has not been spidered, it has not been seen. Spidering being the term used for when Google searches through your sites and links. So there are basically several different stages. First, you have a link which is just exists and nobody has seen it, and then you have a link which has been spidered. That means that Google knows it's there and knows where it points, and then you have a link which is indexed. But it's quite legitimate for Google not to index all links. For instance, why should they be indexing all forum profiles? There's no real content there, and it's not something that any person that actually went to Google and did a search would actually really want to see. So that's why they often are not indexed, but they are spidered and therefore they do count. Thankfully, Senuke TNG has two different modules in it, one of which will help you with indexing and the other one will guarantee you get spidered. You can see them on this diagram here. First we have the index module, which is linked into a premium social network here, and here we have the spider/pinger tool, which is linked into a standard social network. There's no specific reason why I've linked the spider one to the social and the indexer to the premium. You could switch those around or link anything to anything. But there is a small distinct difference between the two different projects. Now firstly, the indexer project comes with 100 free URLs a day. That is that every subscription to Senuke includes the ability to send 100 URLs to Backlinks Indexer every single day. That's over 3,000 a month on average. Backlinks Indexer is known as the industry standard. They have the highest results and the highest level of success of any of the indexing services. But what happens if you need to send more than 100 a day? Well, each of these different services has the option to buy a subscription and you can send more links to them. So the first 100 every single day will automatically be sent to the free service, and after that Senuke will send your links to the different services depending upon which ones you select. But here's where things get really interesting and a huge improvement over previous versions of Senuke. You see, these indexing services tend to be quite expensive, and when you're generating thousands and thousands of links, it's hard to be able to send them all to the best services. So what we recommend is to send only the best links, such as the premium social network links, into the indexing services, and then the lower quality links, in particular forum profiles, web profiles, send those into the Spider Pinger tool. There are two services which work with the Spider Pinger tool. We have Linklicious here and Indexification here. They're both around $20 a month, and they will both cope with thousands of links a day without any problem. To use them, you just need to put in your API key and tick the Use with Ping project. And this basically replaces the Pinger element of the Ping project with this service instead. So the beauty of this is that we can now create templates that send your links to two different indexing services. The higher quality stuff going off to the main indexer, and the bulk of the links, where you have thousands of different links, going off to the Spider service. Now of course, don't worry if you don't understand any of that. The templates are already designed to do this for you. All you need to do is put in your details in the Senuke options. Now, if you don't want to sign up to two services, don't worry, there is another little trick you can do with Senuke TNG, and that is to use Indexification or Linklicious here as the indexing service as well. So what would happen now is the first 100 links will be sent through Premium Social Network to the indexer, which would be Backlinks Indexer for those first 100 links, and then once the first 100 are through, every other link would be sent through to Indexification. So effectively then the indexer tool is working as the indexer tool for the first 100 links, but after that it's effectively working as the spider tool. Now this is still extremely effective because of the high quality nature of these premium social networks. They tend to index with simple spidering, and they don't necessarily need the full services of the more expensive indexing systems. However, the absolute optimal setting is definitely to use one of the Spider services on its own, only through the Spider and Pinger tool, and to use a premium backlink indexing service such as Backlinks Indexer in the indexer tool itself. Either way, the templates will sort all this out for you automatically. You don't have to do anything other than sit back and watch all of the links you get created in Senuke get spidered, guaranteed.